What's up everybody? We're going to make a video about Online Trading Academy, actually. Something I haven't talked about in a while. I made my review about them, one of my first videos before I even knew this channel would even be about stocks. I've been trading stocks for a while. Really, I just wanted to start, right about this time I started taking other people's courses because I was self-taught, and you don't know what you don't know. So I wanted to go see what everyone else did. Maybe there was some sort of better way to trade. I don't say I was looking for the holy grail. I know that doesn't exist, but it is going to get into what we're going to talk about on this video. Now, someone posted a comment, the same comment on all the videos. If you haven't seen my review of Online Trading Academy, first of all, I never say yes or no, ever. There's too much money involved there for me to actually give that opinion. If you go in there and just say, I want the whole package, give me all of it, you're spending 50 grand. That's too much for me to even, that's decision for you. So that's why I did it day by day, just kind of gave the breakdown of kind of what it was. That was the best way I felt I could give an honest review about it. And actually, if you look up all the other reviews on YouTube, you should start off first with asking, did you even go? And then when you find out they didn't, just don't even watch it, because they're just full of shit. And the internet has enough stupid opinions out there, and I wish people would just learn to keep their mouths shut more often. But because I actually went, because I can actually speak to it, I can give you guys an actual review. The reason I'm talking about it today, whenever you're watching this, I'm going to read this article off. The FTC is suing the Online Trading Academy. FTC sues Online Trading Academy for running an investment training scheme. Now, they are all like individually owned, as far as I know. So now this is strictly just the California based ones. So the FTC has issued the California-based investment training, has sued the California-based investment training scheme Online Trading Academy, OTA is what we're going to call it. Now, just from that first sentence, you already know where this is going. Most articles these days, and that's why most people are actually more ignorant than not, is because they just find this bias and stick to it the whole way, period. So we already know where the bias is at, right? They're already calling it a scheme. Now, I'm not defending it, because I've read the articles, I know what it says. And again, this is going to be the unbiased opinion, not leaning to one side or the next. If you're watching this and you've ever done a review video, take notes. People might like you a little better. Let's see. The FTC alleges OTA uses false or unfounded earnings claims to sell training programs, costing as much as $50,000. Let's see. False or unfounded earnings. The one I went to, I did see the earnings. It wasn't a huge account. That's never been a thing on mine, because I don't care how much the other person's making. They're not paying my bills. And yes, there is a huge difference. The person helping you, they're obviously hopefully they're doing well. I guess that's why you'd want to see it. But as far as that goes, that has nothing to do with you as a person. $50,000, that's your decision. Let's see, it says they've collected more than $370 million from consumers nationwide within the last 6 years. Now we're comparing the whole Online Trading Academy versus just the California one. I say this because I do know it is like high pressure sales. From the comments I've gotten from people that have gone nationwide, mine was not like that. Mine was just, hey, if you want it, well, you know where we're at, because here we are, period. I told you guys in the review, I had my buddy went with me. I said, this is full blown going to be they're going to try to sell you hard close. Here it comes. I told them all about hard closes. Didn't see a single one, which is a lot of why I ended up going. Let's see. So according to FTC, OTA misrepresents that it has a patented strategy that anyone can use to generate substantial income from trading in the financial markets. OTA claims that its strategy is designed to generate income in any market, whether it's going up, down, or sideways. The company claims are often targeted to older consumers. We'll get to that. Additionally, OTA instructors / salespeople are commissioned who market OTA's training and strategy to consumers in live events across the country, often hold themselves out as successful traders who have amassed substantial wealth using OTA strategy. Let's break that one down first. The training people, if you're being sold something, you gotta take that with a grain of salt. It is high pressure sales, I feel like. From what I've gathered, again, I didn't see any of that. The person, I didn't really have a salesperson. I just talked to the actual owner. What? I guess watch out for that. I mean, what car? I guess, yeah. If you're gonna put, what car salesman would tell you their car doesn't run well? I mean, they always tell you, I drive cars from here all the time. They're all reliable. I always form my own opinion. I don't really care about the salesman opinion. I'm here to get facts from him, not really anything else. And his success has nothing to do with mine. Which I guess you could argue that his best practices might have something to do with me, but not necessarily his success. Additionally, OTA targets, what did it say, older people? I know it's older people somewhere in here. Anyway, it did say older people. I can't read. I'm still driving. I gotta pay attention to the road. Let's see. So older people, $50,000. I don't know a lot of younger people with that, so I would assume most of their client base is older. That's to be a given. In my class, I wasn't the oldest. I mean, I definitely wasn't the oldest. I wasn't the youngest either. There's a few in there. See, however, OTA does not track the trading results of all of its customers. No, I don't think anyone does. However, customers in the FTC allege that OTA's own surveys indicate that its customers are not making that type of income OTA advertises. Trading data from a platform used by OTA customers also suggests that the vastly majority of OTA's customers do not make any money, and many lose money on top of the money they pay OTA. Let's see. Sorry, I keep losing my spot. Oh, restart. Sorry about that, guys. Still gotta drive and pay attention, and every time Nick calls me, it resets it. He's blowing me up right now. Let's see. Sorry about this, guys. Here we go. Let's touch base on that patented strategy. It's not really a patent. I mean, there is a legit patent. They are not lying. When you read the actual patent, it's really not anything they're patenting. Which, you know, whatever. This is all going to come to an end, I promise. I'm going to wrap it all up. So here's the grounds. It is illegal to make earnings claims in market investment opportunities or training unless the seller has reasonable basis to make such claims. Okay, so basically they're saying you can't really say that unless you were saying, here's Bob, Joe, Tim, and Sarah. They took this class. Here's how much they make, and they don't work for us. So, easy enough. Fair enough. What a shock. So let's get into the review, I guess. What OTA does is, and now this could be super strategic, maybe it's just mine. The way they advertise it is, in theory, oh yeah, it would all work and it would all be amazing. But it's kind of like when you read something in a book versus real life. Now, what OTA will preach is 4 trades a day, okay? Now, you can be wrong on 2, right on 2, you will still make money because you will gain, your winners will be bigger than your losers. If it's a 1-to-4 ratio, 2 and 2, you still make money. In fact, if you get 1 right and 3 wrong, you will break even. The only time you lose money is losing all 4 at once. None of that is a lie. That is all very true, and it sounds awesome. And on the radio, and what any trading course tries to do is they try to make it sound like this is the holy grail. This is exactly what you need. This is how you'll make money. Now, this is not OTA, just OTA. This is everyone. And I've said this before on many of my streams. Look, if you want to know how successful something is, look at all the students. Okay, it's not because the FTC is suing one branch out of all of them. First of all, if it was a scheme, this would blow up a lot faster because they are charging 50 grand. So there's something to take with that. But there's no such thing as a holy grail. If you're looking for that, you're brand new to trading, you have no idea how the real world actually works, and you're gonna get let down. This one will probably let you down a whole lot more because it costs more than most courses. In fact, I don't know a course that costs more than this. 50,000. They do teach supply and demand, which can work in any market as long as you're reading a Japanese candlestick chart. You can pick it out. You're looking for the buyers and the sellers. I don't care about the patent part of that. So yeah, it will work in any market, but you look at any course at all across the whole spectrum. Look at Tim Sykes, the millionaire, made millions, turned 12 bucks into 12 million, or whatever his story is. Okay, he's not lying. What he did is true. It's actually what he did. How many of his students have done the exact same thing? Okay, look at any course out there, any of the rule-based strategies that I do believe are nonsense. How many of those students have done what the instructor has done? It's a stock market, guys. There are still humans buying and selling it. I don't care what you think. There's still the human factor. Everything's different. Okay, you just can't put rules on that. You can't say if you see this, do this. It just doesn't work that way. There is no holy grail. So if there's ever anything I was going to fault Online Trading Academy for, it's not because any of the stuff they're saying is lying or false. It's the likelihood of you finding 4 good deals, right? Ratio 4 to 1 in the same day, every day. If you could, everything they're saying is right. But I can tell you guys, in the real world, it doesn't add up like that. You don't find those deals. There's what you call like quality trades when you're looking for trades. Those setups just aren't there every day. They happen. I trade them all the time. I trade a little differently than OTA. But sometimes you don't get it. And then what are you gonna do? Force the trade anyway? You start losing. The reason I never say yes or no to Online Trading Academy is because it does cost a lot of money. And if you don't actually want to do this, passionate about it, this is what drives you, it's probably not gonna work. Seriously. And then you did just spend a whole bunch of money, and you just spent a whole bunch of money on top of that, and then you just lost whatever money you funded your account with. So you're gonna take a huge hit. If it's something you like, yeah, like I said, they're not lying. Again, there's reality versus what you read in a book, and that sums up everything. The real experience is always different than, like, you ever talk, there's a guy I know that will argue with you until he's blue in the face. You think he's smart, right? Because he can Google everything. He's like the Google master. But I argue with him all the time because he has 0 life experience. The guy actually knows nothing. Like, there's just no other way to put it. 0 life experience, and there's a huge difference. And when you argue with somebody that has experience, you just lose that argument every time because you're only sound good in theory. So that's what a lot of times what you're hearing, and that's an advertisement. You should have seen that coming. Who's gonna come out here and say, hey, I suck, would you still buy it? Of course, every advertisement's gonna put their best foot forward, and that's it. Do most people lose money in trading? Yes, nothing's changed. You're still jumping into a game that 95% of people suck at. No other way to move the needle. That's that. Are you gonna be part of the 5%? Like I said, it's possible. I guess you don't know until you try. But if it's not something you're actually passionate about or want to do, it'd be really hard to play for the NBA if you didn't like basketball. It takes a lot of work to get there. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. I wanted to just read that comment because for some reason it just blew up that, oh, they're getting sued as a scam, and that's not the case. So anyway, before I lose it, I'll see you guys in the next video. That's my wrap up on the Online Trading Academy reviews. It all sounds good in theory. They're not lying, but neither is that article. You don't just go in that class and come out a millionaire. And some have the argument that because the class, first of all, is not 50 grand. It's like you take different levels, right? You jump in, you take the core class, and then you pick your asset class. And if you pick 2 asset classes, that's the 50 grand mark. So you can go in there for cheaper. But and some have made the argument, oh, you just go in there and then they probe you with, you got to buy the next class to be more successful. Really, you can just pick the core class and pick 1 asset class, and that's going to be it. That's that. So we can forget about that argument right there. There is a max to it all, and either of which you can't just go in there, throw some money at it, and all of a sudden be successful. So again, wraps it up. I'll see you guys in the next video.